Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. I think that's what today is. Um, how is everyone doing? I am much more alert. I think I woke up around 3 or 4 this morning, and I was awake and like reading and coloring and whatnot, and then I was like, I ate breakfast and totally crashed right after that, and ended up going back to sleep for a couple of hours. So I like just woke up maybe 30 minutes ago. Well, I was actually awake earlier than that, but my mom called me, so I wasn't really awake. And I was trying to tell her her Amazon account was like down, and I was annoyed because I couldn't get on Audible. But she wasn't understanding because I have an Asian mother, and that is often a language barrier between us. She speaks English, but not very good English. So it's a little hard sometimes to convey things to her and have her understand them. But anyways, yeah, so I'm much more awake now. I have some coffee in me. I do want to go wash my face at some point. I kind of wasn't like totally ready, but I'm here and I'm ready to get ready. And I think for the first like sprint, what I'm going to be doing is I would like to work on paying my bills because I got paid today. And most of my stuff's on auto pay, but I have a couple things that I prefer to just pay um, manually because I like to adjust the pay amounts and stuff. And I have like uh I think there's like 3 paychecks in the month of August with how it works out because I get paid every other Thursday. So it ends up being like three paychecks this month. But so essentially it's like having an extra paycheck in a way this month, and I have a little bit more money to allot to like my savings goals and stuff. So that's what I'm gonna try to work around a little bit today, just kind of figure out like what needs to go to savings and what needs to go to bills and things like that. And then and then after that, um, I do need to call my mobile provider because they keep overcharging me, and I need to like get them to adjust this like $20 thing on my account. So that's fun stuff I'm gonna deal with this morning, and then I have a meeting at 10, which is my quarterly meeting. So I think what I'm going to do is I think I have to adjust the sprint a little bit so that I can stop at 9:50 my time and then talk for 10 minutes because then I have to jump over to a meeting at 10. Um, and that one's like really quick. It's like a 30-minute meeting. Basically, they tell me like how my performance is every quarter. So they're just reviewing the last couple of months, and usually if you work a certain amount of hours, you get like a bonus. So we'll see if I get a bonus because I don't know. I haven't been keep track of like I keep track of my hours, but not the way that HR keeps track of my hours. So let's see what you guys are up to today. What are you reading? What are you going to be doing in this first sprint or just today? Amal always here first. Hello. I'm early and I chose The Reunion as my next physical book. I'm on chapter 2 and can't believe how good it is. Still listening to Opposites Attract, 85% in. You flew through that book because you just started it yesterday. And e-reading Ready or Not by Cara Bastone as my NetGalley read. All this romance for the romance readathon. You're definitely getting points for your team for sure. Um, I saw a couple of things on NetGalley yesterday that are free, and well, they're all free, but that are like available for quick download now. One of the books that came up, and I don't know when I'm gonna have a chance to read this because there's so many like things going on right now, like in terms of book stuff that I'm trying to read or content I'm trying to create. There's a book called Ghosted by Sarah Reddy that has audio and the ebook if anyone's interested in reading along with me, but the publication date is September 26th of this year, and it sounds like The Dead Romantics, to be honest, because it has something to do with um, this woman who's like a relationship expert and this guy who is not alive and he's a ghost, and then kind of like figuring out. resurrecting the woman's love life. So it has very much Dead Romantics vibes, and I loved that book. So I might give this one, um, well, I already I requested it and I got it, but I'm gonna give this one a shot at some point and hopefully get to review that this month. Hello, Kay. Not very well today, but hoping some sprints and reading motivation might distract me. Reading Sense and Sensibility by Jane Austen. I'm sorry to hear you're not feeling well, Kay. Are you out of the hospital now? I'm sorry, I'm like playing with something because the sun is coming through. Um, are you out of the hospital now? Are you in the hospital? Like, are you doing okay? How are you? I know you say you're not very well, but I'm glad that you're here and trying to distract yourself. I know that can be like one of the biggest um like coping mechanisms is like distracting yourself from whatever kind of illness or pain or whatever that you're experiencing. I know that was like a big thing when I worked in a hospital that we would work on a lot with patients. So I hope that you recover soon, and I hope that you're not in the hospital and at least enjoying some time away from the hospital. Good morning, Christina. I hope everyone is well. Getting some coffee. Just received an email saying Queen of Shadows is available at my library. Woohoo! I wasn't a big fan of Akamov, but I hope Queen of Shadows is better. I did get 4 books from the library yesterday. I did put an Instagram poll up if you would like to go vote on my Instagram. But the books I ended up getting were Loath to Love You by Ali Hazelwood, Misdemeanor by Eleanor Lipman. I haven't heard of this book. I just saw it on like it was like on the large print shelf, so I like was like, "Oh, okay, that looks kind of cool," and I'll go with it. Happy Place by Emily Henry and The Last Word by Taylor Adams. Again, I don't know when I'm going to actually start reading these, but I think it'd be kind of cool to do some sort of like, can I read all these books that I got from the library before they're due? And you get like 3 weeks to read them, except the large print one, I got like a month to read, which I was surprised by. Good morning, Brianna. Going to be editing a video for this first sprint, and then I have time also, if I have time, also clean the bathroom. Least favorite thing to do. That's the 4th book of Throne of Glass series, right? I am not sure. Queen of Shadows. Yes. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a 5th. If I have my books in order. Hello. Hoping to read more of Spoiler Alert today. How far are you into it? I have one daughter that loves ACOTAR series and one that loves the Throne of Glass series. So if you didn't like the one, maybe you will like the other. True. Um, Also, you may like more. I know Amal, you like a lot more romance, so possibly. Um, I don't know if ACOTAR is considered romantasy, but I know there's some distinction between romance fantasy and romantasy, or like, sorry, fantasy romance and romantasy. I think they're very different, where fantasy romance is a fantasy book with a small subplot of some romance, and then there's romantasy, which is very much a romance book with a fantasy element. I don't know if you could tell the distinction by that, but maybe finding books that are more romantasy could be down your alley. Good morning, Tiffany. How are you today? It's 2 p.m. here and I've been awake since 11:30 last night. It's been a bizarre morning. Oof. So you haven't got to sleep yet. Oh no. I hope you get some rest. Maybe reading something, I don't want to say like boring, but something um, not as exciting and like page turning will help you get some rest and fall asleep. I have a work contract I need to get out. Okay, so that'll be fun to work on. Fun. I need to go for a shower and fake tan at some point for my birthday weekend. Exciting. When is your birthday this weekend? Okay, are you a night owl or just couldn't sleep? Good morning, Kimberly. How are you doing? Gonna be trying to film a video this morning before going to view a house with my dad. Exciting. I'm like so scared. Like it's exciting and scary at the same time to like actually start looking for a house because it's expensive where I live. Hello, Rachel. I'll be flip-flopping between the 7-year slip at 75%, Knight's Edge by Liz Curran, 5%, and Paris, the memoir, 53%. Fun, fun. Woohoo, extra paycheck months are the best. Yes, they are. Good morning, Elena. How are you today? Are you enjoying all of your giveaway goodies from the library? Hello, Vera. I'm reading Becoming and Eating Fruit Loops. It sounds like a good title. Oh, wait, wait, wait. You're reading Becoming and you're eating Fruit Loops. And I was like, oh, there's a book called Becoming and Eating. Clearly, I need to keep drinking my coffee this morning. Kim, are you moving? I'm home for now, but it's so up and down. Yeah, I know. When you post on Instagram, I'm like, so frustrating for you. But hopefully, life stabilizes a little bit for all of us, to be honest, because I could use some stability too. Feel better, Kay. Yes, sending good vibes your way. I need to film and all that jazz. School starts on Tuesday and I have orientation on Friday or tomorrow. Can't wait for sprints tomorrow, Kim. Yes, what time are I know Kim does what is it Tuesday and Friday? I think Friday night, is that right? Yesterday the library was closed due to the construction at my house. They are fixing the street, so hopefully I will go to the library today if they're not closed again. Totally understand all the construction. The DC area is constantly under construction. Like the roads, the highways and stuff. Yep, that's pretty much the reason for all of our traffic. 9 a.m. in Cleveland. Sense and Sensibility is not page turning. So maybe that'll be a good helpful distraction for getting you to rest. Happy birthday! I am 50 pages in and it's on Saturday. Ooh, exciting. Yes, happy early birthday. For real, Kay, definitely a night owl. Yes, I know Kay is definitely not. I see you up when I am up in the morning. And wait, no, I see you up when I'm up later at night. There you go. Yes, I did. Doing well. Oddly enough, the house is only like a minute up the road with a lot more space and has a carriage house off the main house. It's a fixer-upper type of deal. That kind of sounds fun too, but I can also see that being a little bit of a headache. Just like constantly having to do projects. But some people love that. I am too, but I have to reschedule for my boys. One leaves at 6 a.m. and one starts virtual school at 8 a.m. I hate mornings, but I have to be awake. Happy early birthday. Okay, Friday night at 6 for Kim, which is awesome. I will be there, I think. Let me check my calendar. What am I doing? Absolutely nothing but going to your sprints. My favorite part of the week and a good day to eat pizza. Thank you for the heads up. But I will also try listening to Magnolia Parks, one of those books that I need to get to at some point. Is tomorrow on YouTube or Patreon only for Kim? Sometimes fixer-uppers are a good thing. Sometimes it's more of a money pit. Hope it works for you. Yes, that's how I feel too. In this area, so I live up in the DC area near Bethesda, and it's just everything's expensive. Like, yeah. I am going to DC the first week of October. Can't wait. Ooh, if you are interested in a fun event, check out Taste of Bethesda, which is in Bethesda, Maryland. So that's not that far from DC. It's probably like 20 minutes just north of DC. But yeah, it's like a big food festival here, which I will be at. Thank you, thank you. Tuesdays and Fridays are YouTube. Vera. Okay, so we're all caught up on comments. Let me adjust the timer real quick because I need to get to 9:50. So that's a 37-minute sprint. And I'm gonna just refresh this because the music plays along with it. Okay, don't hate me for the weird timers. Actually 36 now. But I just want to make sure I have enough time to get to the next break and then read comments and then make sure I get to my meeting on time. Okay, so I have some ambiance for you guys today. It's actually some lo-fi jazz. And hopefully I don't get pegged for trying to copyright stuff again. I did post all of the people who are like whose music is on this particular playlist. So hopefully that works for me this time. But I'm gonna go ahead and get this started, and I'll see you guys soon. Hello, hello. How did everybody's sprint go? I was pretty productive with my bills and stuff. I had to go through and I like to manually keep track of my expenses and like where is all my money going to rather than having like the bank do that whole breakdown of, what bills you have and um, like what category they go into, whether it be like transportation or whatever. So I did that and made sure all my bills were paid until the next paycheck and uh figured out I had some charges for things. I was like, I don't know what this is and who charged me for what, and so I have to go like track down and get my money back for things like random subscriptions, I suppose, that maybe I bought. Maybe I forgot. I don't know. But usually I'm pretty successful at getting my money back for those, especially if I don't use the app. Um, I have a meeting in 10 minutes or 8 minutes now, and I uh will do a normal sprint next time. But I just wanted to make sure I wasn't like overlapping and then late to my meeting. After that, I will work on a video. I have like a thumbnail that I need to take, or I need to create of some sort, and I'm probably gonna go like freshen up and um, kind of put my face on a little bit today because I have a couple of videos I want to film and work on today. And then I'll get into my like actual work, like my paid job. Um, so yeah, that's what I'm gonna get up to. Let me see what you guys got up to. I know we had a couple people come in right at the start of right at the start of the last sprint. I was like, what is it called? Um, Books with Brecht. Hi, hello again. I'll be cleaning my room and vibing to music. Shannon popped in. I kept feeling like I was missing something this morning, and when you popped into my stream, that was the light bulb moment. Made friends with the like button. Thank you. And I'm up in your stream as well, leaving it up for all the watch time, the lovely watch time. Did we ever figure out like if you're sitting on the page but not necessarily live, does it still count as watch hours? Ate my tuna sandwich and listened to Opposites Attract, 90% in and 6% into Ready or Not. So here's the thing with tuna sandwiches. I go through phases, or have gone through phases, where I have liked tuna and pickles. Not at the same time, but those two items in particular. And then I go through phases of not liking them. So I have no idea. It's a weird thing. Does anybody else experience that? Here and working on boring old budgets. LOL. That is what I was doing as well, working on boring old budgets and just making sure that like my payroll, my what do you call them? Pay stubs were accurate and I was getting paid for everything that I had submitted because sometimes things get missed and I always check your payroll because or your pay stubs because sometimes things little amounts go missing, right? And you want to make sure. And I also like to keep track of my this is like the first year since I think I started it in April of this year, that I've had a 401k. At my old job, it was so annoying because you had to have like a certain amount of hours to be able to get to like to be able to contribute to the 401k, and I was like never able to get there. They made it like super impossible unless you were like burning yourself out. So I like to keep track of how much I have accrued this year, and it's like super exciting. Um, So it'll be kind of interesting to see how, in like, I don't know, whenever I decide to retire, how much money kind of accrues in that account. Done with Opposites Attract. I am lost what to read next as an ebook because I have quite a few started and never got around to finish. I'll continue my historical fiction book, Light Rises. Currently, Light Rises in, currently 30% into it, so I figured I'll get to that rather than start something new. That's exciting. I kind of have that same like thought process too, where I'm like, oh my goodness, I have like a couple of books out that, not a couple, I've probably like 7 or 8 that I'm currently reading, and I need to finish them, or I feel like I need to finish them. But here I am trying to start another book. Watched YouTube Shorts and got ready. TBH, all good. Got to 12% in Night's Edge, and I'm very intrigued by it. Interesting. Is it any good? Got to 32% into Light Rises. You motivated me to put tomorrow and tomorrow on hold, but I will get it in 5 weeks. And hopefully that 5 weeks flies by. Like, 5 weeks is going to come and go anyways. But I definitely recommend it. 5-star read. It might actually be like Haley Pham dubbed this whole 6-star read thing. And I was like, that might actually be 6-star read. It was so good, in my opinion. I'm on page 80 now and loving it. Awesome. Got part 1 of my contract finished. Yay! I did coffee and coloring. Next sprint I'll be reading. That sounds like a fun title themed coffee and coloring. Good morning, Joanne. How are you doing today? What are you going to be working on? 32 pages. Are you enjoying it? That is one of the books that is on my big pile back there, and it's hiding in the very back row, or the very back middle stack. I know exactly where it is in the top because it's 2 small special edition books. Um, Hello. Got video edited. Yay. Gonna actually go clean this next sprint and get ready. Finished getting ready. Everyone's like getting ready, and I'm like, I'm not even ready yet. Now some breakfast. No longer seeing the house. It's under contract. I'm going to be petty and salty for the next 30 minutes and hope it falls through, even though it is solid. Oh, that's a bummer. That is like probably going to be the most frustrating thing about trying to buy a house, I suspect, like, is that you get your hopes up in a way that like, oh, this could potentially be the house, or like just, being able to see it, and then it's gone. Someone's already, bought it without seeing it, or has already toured it, and they like only had to put it online for um I don't know, like not legal purposes, but like just to say that they did. So that's annoying. And I know houses around here especially go really, really fast and get marked up like expensively. So that's what I'm also nervous about, because like my budget is, and this is normal, this is low for this area. My budget is 600K, and that's going in with a partner. And most of the houses around here end up being higher than that because everybody wants a house. I cleaned and vibed. Love it. Now I will put on some more music and vibe, or the inheritance games. Have to film still and vibe to Taylor, of course. See, I wish I could stream Taylor, but I think I would get copyrighted up the wazoo for that. Hate it when that happens. What you working on? I think this next sprint I'll be working on my meeting and work filming stuff. I'm like that with eggs. I go through phases where I love them, then can't stand them. Sorry to Kim. Currently we'll be praying and after listening to something. Oh, sorry, I missed Amber. Hello. Hello, Amber. New person here. Nice to meet you. What do you read/write? It's all good. Wasn't meant to be. That's a-okay. Good mornings in the house. Still waiting on tomorrow times 3, although it looks like I am next in line. That's exciting. How do you keep track of all the books in those big piles? Goodreads. Or I just kind of keep them on, like, in my view area. It's hilarious. OMG, I am shook. Was a bit boring, but now at chapter 23, it's very exciting. Ooh, okay. Hopefully it doesn't keep you up, though. I have a business coaching session at 3, so I'll hop off a bit then. Alrighty. Good morning. How are you? What do you... Kay is mostly a reader. Gosh, we looked at probably 20 plus houses before we finally got our offer accepted. I was about to give up. This was 2020 though. Oh, yeah, not excited. My partner's brother and his girlfriend, they like went in to buy a house and ended up paying like I think 100K over. It was only on the market for 3 days, and it was in the price point my dad wanted. That's rough. All right, guys, I've got to hop off here. I mean, I'll still be on the stream, but I've got to switch over to my meeting. So I'm going to start the next sprint. And let me actually adjust it to be a 50-minute sprint. And I will catch up on the comments when I come back. But enjoy. Hello, hello. How is everybody doing? Sorry, I was a little late back to the sprint. Or to the break, I'm sorry. My meeting went really well. They are very happy with my progress at work, and yeah, they're just excited for me to become a supervisor in October. So, um, this last sprint, my meeting ran a little bit over, so I didn't get too much done, but I went to go put on my makeup, and that's why I was a little late back, because I was trying to put the um what's this mascara on. But yeah, that's what I did this past sprint, and I think the next sprint, what I will try to do is give my mobile provider a call and get that squared away. And while I'm waiting for them, because I'm probably on hold for a hot minute, I'm going to work on um, getting out a report, or at least start working on a new report that I need to finish up by tomorrow. Um, but yeah, so far it's just a Oh, I forgot. I was actually going to do some filming stuff, but that's okay. I'll figure it out. I'll probably dabble in a little bit here and there. Depends on this stupid phone call that I have to make. But how did you guys do this last sprint? I know a couple people were in and out as work stuff starts coming up and things like that, but I know I needed to finish up reading some of the comments at the last break that I didn't get to. So Amber says, I'm reading A Twisted Love Story by Samantha Downing. Just started at 10% in currently. How is 600K not enough? I feel like I wish it was enough, but that's the starting price here. Good, just doing the work things. I feel productive right now. And you? My Goodreads is such a mess. I have to spend a few weeks fixing it. I went through one day and I just like added all the books that are on my physical TBR so that I knew what I had currently. But my problem is I did get a couple new books recently and I don't remember if I put them on the list or not, so I have to kind of like double back through some of them and sort that all out. Quick question, how long are the sprints going for? I'll be here till 5 p.m. Eastern, and generally I like to do 50-minute sprints with a 10-minute break, and I think I actually set you guys up to end 10 minutes sooner than I anticipated. So I should have set you up on a 60-minute sprint this last time. So I'll kind of readjust that this next sprint because I like to start at the 0 and then go till, sorry, I like to start at the 10 and go till the 0 for a sprint. And then at 0 to 10, I like to do the talking and stuff. So that way I know, like, if I'm in the house doing something, to be back here at the 0 or the hour. Um, Doing pretty good, just doing some admin work right now. And afterwards, I'm going to be working on revising chapter 25 of Project Sugar and Spice and figure out my next coffee. Is it Kofi or coffee post? And it's your bakery rivals to lovers work in progress. Got to chapter 4 of the reunion and loving it. Feeling sleepy, but I need to keep awake because I missed a class yesterday and I must not overdo that. I have to get ready for work. See you on Saturday. Hello. Unfortunately, I have to get ready for work at the day program. Hope you have a nice day. Also, yes, hopefully you stay awake. 25% into Offside with number 55 and 37% into Light Rises. Listening to Deception, Chapter 6. Amal, how many books are you currently reading right now? Um, like have started and not completed yet? I got up to 6 hours, 40 minutes out of 10 hours, so that's 62% in the book, and it's better than I expected. That's always exciting. I'm looking forward to reading that one at some point. Part 2 of work done. I'm on a roll. Yes, you are. Congratulations. Hopefully I can start getting some of my actual work done and not all this like other stuff that needs to be done for life, such as bills and meetings and stuff. Just 35 pages as swapping between book and a study guide to help focus, so all good. OMG, where I live, you can buy a 2-bed brick house for 60K. Oh my goodness, I would love that. Yeah, where I think I live in one of the like wealthiest areas, although I am not wealthy. Um, I live in one of the wealthiest areas. So like if you guys are if I don't watch this show, but if you've ever heard of The Real Housewives, I think they have a version that's like Potomac. And I live maybe like 10 minutes away from Potomac, which is not far from Bethesda. Um, yeah, those people's houses, like when you drive by, and I'm not even trying to get one of those houses, they're like $1 million homes. It's wild. Like these mansions. I would love to live in just a simple, like 3 bedroom house, 2 baths. Like that's the bare minimum I'm looking for. I read a couple chapters. Awesome. Is that still part of A Court of Frost and Starlight, or are you on a new book now? How are you doing all of those and not mixing them up? I know that's what I ask them all. Like sometimes um, I'm reading multiple books, but I'm not necessarily like getting them mixed up because I'll read different genres. Like I have a romance and then a fantasy and then a nonfiction, and so it's like really easy to keep the storyline straight. But I know like Amal reads, a lot of romance, and so I'm like, oh, how do you keep all that straight? I don't know. Maybe she just thinks all the worlds are the same, like part of the same world, and then they're all just like friends with each other. Like, that'd be like a good way to like think about it. Like all the romances are connected, even though they're not necessarily connected. I read one book start to finish, get myself into a book, but can't read more than one book at a time. I used to be like that, and then I started being like, oh, let me see if I can challenge myself to remember like 5 books at once. 25% into phase deception. Yes, I did not finish it yesterday, so now on chapter 17 of 28. So it's all good. You'll finish it today. Um, okay, so what are your intentions for this next sprint coming up? As I said, I'm going to call the mobile company and hopefully get that squared away because I'm so tired of dealing with it. I've literally called every single month this year because they keep overcharging me, and they keep saying, "Oh, this is the last time you have to call." And I'm like, "Okay, great." But then they go and pull my account up and they're like, "Oh, we see like you've had to do this." I'm like, "Yes, freaking fix it." I want to leave you guys if you keep doing this to me. Um, so that's what I'm going to try to focus on first, and then hopefully I can do a little bit of multitasking as I'm waiting on hold with them. I'm planning on reading more of Bloodmarked next sprint. Can't wait to get to the reading portion of my day. House of 50 meters square for literally 70K near my house. Oof, my goodness. For 600K, you'd get a lot. Yeah, and well, also I think in Europe the houses and stuff are smaller, so maybe that has to do with it. Like here in the US, like that's 600K is probably getting you um 3 to 4 bedrooms with 2 to 3 bathrooms, a yard. Um, but again, remember I live in a very wealthy area of the States. If I went somewhere to like where my best friend lives in North Carolina, the same house in the DC area would probably cost me 300 to 400K, which is still a lot, I suppose, but actually the house would be bigger where my friend lives. I think she bought her house, which is like 5 or 6 bedrooms and 3 or 4 baths or something, um, for around that price. I don't know. She's got a big house. Trying not to sleep, LOL, and still listening to Phase Deception. I want to finish Sense and Sensibility today, so continue to read. It's not big, only 294 pages. Coffee and reading this sprint. I think I need to go get water. On page 133. Oh, so you're like pretty much like halfway through the book. Yeah, I definitely need to go get water, so your reminder to go fill up your water for the day, or for this next sprint. Let me reset this because I'd like to actually get us to the next hour. So I think we're at 11:01 currently. Okay, so here we go. Next sprint. I'll see you guys in 59 minutes. Hello, hello. How did your sprint go? This sprint, I was productive again. Got the mobile bill figured out. They were like, yes, you're correct. We keep effing up. And I was like, thank you. So they were like, we're going to send this higher up so you don't have to keep messaging us every month or calling us every month. And I'm like, thank you. Please do, because it takes up my time and it's frustrating. Um, I suppose if they keep doing this till the end of the year, I will probably switch providers because, like, stop effing up my bill. Um, I mean, like, when you think about it, what is it? 20 times 12, not 20 plus 12, 20 times 12 is $240 saved throughout the year from me just like spending all this time contacting them. Anyway, so that got done, and I finished a report that I was supposed to finish on Tuesday. I just kept putting it off, and I don't know why, but I actually spent more time on it than I probably would have on Tuesday. Like, I did a really, really thorough job and got that submitted and sent off. So now I have one in particular that I would like to do today. I have to do it from start to finish, or at least partially finish it so that I can present the results tomorrow and then wrap it up by the weekend. And then I have another one that I'm seeing tomorrow as well that it's done. I have like one paragraph left that I need to essentially say like what my diagnosis is. And I had consulted yesterday with my team and I was like, I'm not sure if it's this thing or this thing. Like, what do you guys think? And so we kind of talked it out and that was helpful. And I'm going to go ahead and just wrap that one up. So that'll be a very productive day for me if I get those things done on top of I have a little bit of filming I'd like to do today. What did you guys get up to this last sprint? Continuing our house conversation. Our houses aren't that bad up in Michigan, but it is 1200, 1 to 200K, 1 to 200K, but apartments are like 2K a month for a studio. Yeah, here, like if I were to get a studio apartment or a one bedroom, I'm looking at between 1700 to 2700 depending on where in the area you live. Like if you want the 1700 option, that's actually like a dingier, like usually not safer area of where I live. But if you go for the 2700, it's more like luxurious. And then if you go up to, a three-bedroom apartment or something, that's upwards of $3,000 or $4,000, which is insane. 191 meters square for bedroom, 449 euros, which is 488,000. Is that US dollars, I suppose? But I'm jealous regardless because those prices are obviously a little cheaper. Can't make Nescafe, so I'm sad. I don't know if there are any strong non-alcoholic beverages to make me stay awake. I typically do some sort of espresso, like I get kind of a espresso cold brew Starbucks brand from the grocery store. Awake but drunk does not seem good, but okay. Hello, Felicia. How are you this morning? Or afternoon now? Good morning, Robin. Again, afternoon. I'm just hopping on to say hi, and we're on our way to get the home COVID test. I hope it is negative. Hello, Jessica. I'll be reading Untamed by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. I have only like 3 or 4 chapters left. That's exciting. You'll probably finish today. 45% into Phase Deception as an audio. And let's see, Jessica said, it's a great book. It's from my favorite series called House of Night. And Joanne is wondering if you write as well. I think I saw somewhere you said, no, I don't write. 41% into Light Rises. Midnight Library Thought, anyone? Also, good morning. Midnight Library. I don't think I've read this one. Let me look up what that title looks like. Is that by Matt Haig? Haig? I'm not sure how to pronounce Matt's last name. That is on my list to read though. I've heard good things about it, but I haven't, it's not like at the top of my list or anything, but it's something that I would like to read at some point. Rachel says, I'm back. I've been napping since the second sprint. I feel more ready to read now. Woohoo. I'm glad your nap was refreshing. That's how my morning nap was when I like woke up at 4 a.m. or something and then I was awake and then I went back to bed at 2, or at 6 and then slept for like 2 hours. I'm praying it is as well. Me and my mom have to deep clean the house. And hopefully you're not doing that while you're sick. If anyone's interested in donating, Joanne still has the August goal of commissioning character art for Project Sugar and Spice. Any amount is appreciated, so there's the link if you're interested in donating. Got 3 more pages into the reunion. Awesome. Read 3.5 chapters. Need to make lunch for my son in the next sprint. I'm going to make lunch for myself in the next sprint. So I'm actually probably going to do, I need to chop up my veggies. I didn't do that yesterday like I had wanted to because this time instead of putting the veggies in my line of sight, I put them at the very bottom drawer, which I don't look down there. I was just trying to get them out the way because I had other things that were on the top shelves that I use. Um, so yeah, I'm definitely a if it's out of sight, it's out of mind kind of person. Got all my cleaning done. Woohoo! Gonna hop off to do some homeschool before dentist appointments and packing, but we'll be on for sprints tomorrow. Thank you for these sprints. Of course, Brianna. Have a good rest of your day, and let me know where you're packing. Where are you going? 42 pages. So funny. This Old English is hilarious. I only had like 2 chapters left. Now I only have 4 pages left. Okay, awesome. You're definitely going to finish. Hey, hey, Shannon. It's still morning for me. That is true. It's 11:07 for you. I'm still wide awake, going to try and stay up another 3 hours. It'll be 8 p.m. and then reasonably early night. I think that's a great plan, Kay. Usually when people experience sleep difficulties, the not that I'm like treating you or anything, but the psychological intervention is not to like go to sleep when you're tired during the day, but try to continue to, it's like your normal bedtime or close to, and then that way you can kind of try to get your body into that normal sleep cycle again. But I know it's so difficult when you're managing health concerns and things like that. So hopefully things go well for you tonight and you get some good restful sleep. I have another hour before it's noon, but hungry and need food. I feel ya. When we're doing a lot of brain thinking and using all this brain power and stuff, I definitely get those munchies and want to eat. I think I'm gonna make myself a little salad, and then I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to prepare. I don't think so. I was gonna do so. I try to switch it up every week and like what I prep for the week. This past week I've been doing a lot of salads for lunch, and I think the upcoming week what I'm gonna do is uh, what is it called? A Greek salad type of deal. So instead of like the spinach and stuff, I'm going to do just like all the veggies with quinoa in it. I'm not 100% sure yet. It's past noon here, just past though. Yes, here it is 12:09. Love time zones, don't we? I listened to some of Magnolia Parks and now I'm having lunch. Look at us, we're all hungry people here. Yes, so this next sprint I'm going to definitely do my meal prep and I am going to listen to my audiobook because I don't think I've listened to it today, but that was at like 4 a.m. So that feels like yesterday. So I'm going to listen to my audiobook. I'm still listening to and reading Once More with Feeling by Alyssa Sussman. So this is the book. And I am about, I think I'm like 45 or 49 or something percent through, about halfway through. I think it's pretty quick. Um, it's a little, it's very pop starry, I guess, which it's gonna probably end up being a 3 star for me. There's a lot of drama and miscommunication vibes, which is not my favorite, but it's not a terrible book, but it's not my favorite book either. I love the cover. The cover is super cute. So I think I might keep it just for the cover. Okay, so let me readjust our timer again. I'm so sorry I keep changing on you guys, but we're going back to our 50-minute sprints, and that's how we will continue on for the rest of the day. So I will see you guys in 50 minutes. Happy sprinting.